One of the most irritating lies that men push is that, well, women want to talk about their feelings, but men like to find solutions. Meanwhile, every time that a woman comes to a man with a problem, this is how it goes. Hey, honey, you really haven't been keeping up with your half of the chores lately, and I know we both have a lot going on with work, but having to do the work of cleaning up after two people constantly is adding a lot to my plate. Well, I guess I'm just worthless then. I guess the world would just be a better place if I had never been born. So, not only is the man not finding a solution to the problem, that woman is going to have to waste the next 45 minutes of her life dealing with his moodiness and or temper tantrum because of the audacity she had by expecting him to, I don't know, like act like an adult. And this is why the whole women are emotional and men are logical is such bullshit, because not only is the reverse true, men just mistake their initial emotional reaction as being logical responses and refuse to analyze them at all. Woman say something, me feel bad. Woman want me feel bad. Because these men refuse to acknowledge the way their initial emotional reaction might actually be more reflective of him than any external situation, he externalizes the blame for him feeling that way. And this is why emotional maturity always goes hand in hand with things like learned helplessness and weaponized incompetence. Because what that man is communicating through his actions, motivated by his emotional immaturity and his fragile ego, is if you come to me with a problem again, not only will we not work to find a solution, I will give you another problem. And rather than trying to find a solution, I'm going to distract you by essentially accusing you of being fucking evil. Because you expect me to act like an adult, and I'm going to assume that you hate me and you want me to die. And over time, the woman has no choice but to come to terms with the fact that she can't actually behave like she's on a team in this relationship, like a functioning relationship. Not only do they not solve it, but they make your life worse. That's why as a woman, never entertain this kind of bullshit. Really, I feel like that is a sign that you should just leave, because if a guy has that level of emotional immaturity, there's no way that like having that man in your life would be anything other than a drain to you. But if for whatever reason you're stuck in this situation, you never feed into this. Because it's like, if every single time that a toddler throws a temper tantrum, you just give them what they want, you are essentially teaching them that this is a proper response and a way to get what they want. The best thing to do in this situation is to just look at them oddly and just be quiet for a moment and like let the silence maybe just possibly lead to some self-reflection on their part. Like literally the only response to this that works is just being like, okay, well, whenever you're not as emotional and you're able to act like an adult, we can talk about this. Until then, I'm going to leave and let you calm down. Because that places the responsibility of their emotional reaction back onto themselves, where it should have stayed to begin with. Because at the end of the day, not only are men not solution oriented, they are problem avoidant. They will gladly embarrass themselves if that means they don't have to deal with an issue.